是路透社的记者，就是想问一个关于去产能的问题。近2年我们这个煤炭跟钢铁去产能取得了比较明显的这个效果。当然呢，我们也听到一些声音，就是某些地方在这个去产能的过程里出现了一些过急的行为，就是有些这个合法手续的企业也被关停，强行关停了哈。我们就是问一下您对这个有怎样的一个回应？另外，我们今年这个钢铁、煤炭去产能会哪些举措？另外，是不是连带谈一下这个电解锂去产能的问题？谢谢。
With Reuters, my question is about cutting overcapacity. In the past couple of years, strong efforts have been made to cut excess steel and coal capacity, but some people say that some moves are too hasty. For example, even factories that comply with relevant standards have been shut down as well. What is your view on this? What measures will be taken to cut excess capacity in steel, coal, and electrified aluminum this year? Thank you.
好，谢谢。这个问题我想请我们记者同志回答。
好，刚才去产能的问题啊，
Thank
大家
you.
都比较关心。
Director Zhizhe will answer this question in terms of cutting capacity.
When Mr. He talked about the economic status quo of last year and this year, he mentioned that cutting overcapacity is our top priority in terms of our supply side structural reform, and we have achieved a lot. Over the past 5 years, we have cut over 701 and 10 million tons of capacity in terms of steel, and 800 million tons of coal, 145 million tons of coal electricity. We mentioned about coal-fired electricity. We also have run out of 65 million of coal-fired electricity. The total efficiency is effectively improved. The market competition order has been disciplined. What's more, the national economy's supply and demand balance has been achieved. I'm sure all of you have already noticed that. Last year, the NDRC will uphold to the market and also the disciplinary of the transition, and to uphold the core role of market, it's the key in terms of cut over capacity. With regard to the financial input from the cut over capacity, we're dependent on the market and also have some supply from the central government. Second, when talk about the optimizing of enterprises' debt and also disciplines, we will also be dependent on the market. With regard to the quality and the safety of the cutting over capacity and continuously cutting over the shortcoming capacities, we will try to make the shortcoming capacities be cut out without compromising the strength capacity. And that is the basic fundamental to our strategy. Just now you mentioned that some of the enterprises or some of the conduct did not go with the disciplined cutting overcapacity. As soon as we find that out, we will try to correct that conduct. And for some severe conditions, we will address to the law. For this year, we will uphold to the decisions with the Central Committee of CPC and try to address the issue in 4 aspects. First, we will continuously cut down the ineffective supply. In 2018, we will continuously cut over around 30 million tons of coal fire and shut down, run out the installed unit that is less than 30 kilowatt. Second, we will try to optimize the structure and coordinate and optimize the structure of supply and demand, and try to structurally cut over the capacity and optimize the strength capacity, and facilitate a healthy development of steel, coal fire, and other industries. We will also set out effective measures to guarantee the price in a reasonable range. We will try to utilize some market tools to optimize the structure. Third, change and reform. We would try to push forward the shortcoming and shortboarding enterprises in this industry and try to introduce those shortcoming enterprises to withdraw the market. And we would try to set the government as the directory role with the market as the main practice, so that to make the key enterprises as the core. And the fourth is about the staff settlement. We would try to utilize the appropriation from the central government and try to settle those staff from the shortcoming enterprises. Last few years, we have already settled more than 1 million of employees from those enterprises, with the mass entrepreneurship and innovation undergoing in China. And we will also introduce those staff and employees to go to this direction. Last is about the risk control, and also have differentiated policy so that to utilize the market's role. Just now, Mr. He also mentioned about the cut over capacity in this industry, and he mentioned that we need to always go in line with the laws. In this regard, the target is not set out by the government, but rather by the industrial associations on the basis of the regulations and laws, and also on the industrial codes and conducts, so that to orderly push forward to the disciplinary of the cutting over capacity. We have made some great achievement, and also a lot of raw materials, construction materials development has been pushing forward, and we will continue to do so. Thank you.